Oh, go there and bring him on down here. Fuck this cat here, man. Sure, I tell you.
When the scriptures come out,
hey, man.
What the devil do? He flee. As soon as you read that scripture,
as soon as you read it, bro,
he had to go.
Yeah, it cut him. That
he had to go.
It cut him, bro.
He was sitting down.
Hey, it's crazy because this Jake didn't have no idea what we're talking about. Then he said, "What about the poor?" And what are we doing?
What we been reading that whole time?
The whole time we've been talking about the poor.
We're talking about how? Yeah, exactly. Talking about the poor.
That's spiritual though. Because Jake thinks that when we come down here that we're just out here trying to make money off of people, or they think that we're just out here ignorant. But that's how the Most High does things. He uses the basement of this world to confound the wise.
That's right.
Because a guy like him, he's coming from a background where his dad went to seminary school.
Yeah.
His dad was a pastor. He was raised up on the Bible. Right. So he's coming looking at us in a manner of y'all don't know nothing because my dad was a pastor.
Right.
And I know the Bible. You don't know the Bible, but the guy can't even saying that Haman was married to Esther, and that Mordecai was trying to kill the Jews.
Yeah, trying to kill the Jews and smoking a cigarette.
While he doing it, man. So this dude is out here off his rocker, man.
Yeah.
He don't have any understanding, man. The Most High put that cat right there is the epitome of deep sleep right there.
Yeah.
That's what's known as deep sleep.
He's in a troubled condition.
This is Isaiah 6 and 9. And he said, "Go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed." Man.
Yeah. And that's what's happening with that guy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, see, the thing about it, one of the curses is blindness. It's not knowing, completely being out of it. That's why a lot of our people, there's different stages. We talked about this like a couple weeks ago. People think that they're woke, but they're still asleep.
Right.
So there's so many layers. Like we were talking about with Tariq. Tariq reaches one layer of understanding of so-called white supremacy, as he calls it, but then he can't go back to the next layer. He can't go back to the secret shadow governments. He can't go into the Illuminati. He can't really go deep into the Boule and all them different things. He can talk about it, but he can't get there.
Right.
Then he can't get to the fact that of why our condition is the way it is.
Yeah, that's right.
He can't get to how to repair the family because he believes that you can buy change.
Yeah.
You can buy a supernatural change of what our people need. Article came out last week that now it's increased that 78% of so-called black children, are in single-parent households. Right. And it's true. Because and then what it is that our people, they'll be like, oh, they're trying to make us look bad. Listen, bro, go to majority place where Jake stayed and go inside them homes and see if there's a man in the jokers. A man sliding in and out of that house does not mean he's a father in the home.
That's right, huh?
And then you got the video did y'all watch that? Where the guy, the young Jake, had that girl he was dating in high school, and she had two kids, and then they found out that they weren't even his.
Look at it. Oh, yeah, on the Steve show. Yeah.
Bruh.
Man, that dude was destroyed, man, and then his mom, the dude was like, "I'm out of here," and his mom over there giving him wrong advice and telling the dude, "You gonna stay here.
You gonna stay. You gonna be the father. You gonna stay.
You don't do that, man. That's awful."
And that shows that's satanic.
That's satanic.
You are that shows you that a lot of our we'll get to Deuteronomy 28.
Man, that's crazy. Why they want a brother to take?
Bruh, I'm gonna send you the video. I'm gonna send you the email, bruh. It's terrible, bruh.
It is, bruh.
It's one of the worst things I've seen. The kid is like 17 years old.
That was his mama.
His mama told him.
His own mama.
After the results came out, the both of them kids ain't his.
And
she was like, "You gotta do the right thing. You gotta be a man and step up in." No. Bro, it was terrible, bro.
So he gotta sit there and take care of two kids
that ain't his, bro.
Yeah, 54.
What is that? That's 4. That's Deuteronomy 28:54.
Yeah.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Yeah. Then when you go into Lamentations, go to Lamentations. I think it's like verse 1 or 2. The ostrich.
That's
It's in Lamentations.
Yeah. I think that's Lamentations.
That's one of the curses. Is the breakdown of the family.
Yeah.
You know? And just like with that guy that was in the what's it called, he ain't got no guidance, man. He doesn't have no guidance, and that's the state of the curses.
Right.
That's part of the blindness. Is to be in that kind of condition, and then your mom, his own mom, is trying to keep him in that blindness.
Trying to keep him in there, man, because that was some wicked stuff, man. And this brother's in the midst of all these people, and she's up here coercing him to go ahead and embrace this chick, and she over there just like, I'm sorry. Well, nah, you knew from the jump what you had did, man. And this brother over here raising these kids, and then the mama of the girl was like, that's like her son right there. That's what she was saying.
Yeah, she's like, I really wanted it to be him. He's like my son. Listen, your girl, people don't understand what's happening hey man, bro, a lot of men out there is raising kids that ain't theirs.
That ain't theirs, bro.
Right.
You know? That ain't theirs, you know? And that's a tough thing. But it always falls back in this society. Who's the culprit? The men. At the end of the day, the culprit, they'll put it on Jake.
Right.
Somehow, some way, it's your fault that she had a kid with another man. You know?
Yeah, and then your mama come up in and endorse the whole thing, man. That stuff is that's wickedness on another level, man.
That's very wicked,
You
bro.
can't.
That was like took the wickedness to a higher level. Was seeing his mom tell him, no, you don't leave this.
You don't leave. Oh man.
You don't leave this.
And that brother was hurt, bro. You can see that dude was hurt, man.
Hey, Steve was trying to help him.
Yeah.
Man, that brother Slay, that's a weak ass brother, man. I remember.
Well, you got a lot of guys that's beta now.
Yeah.
The female, they ain't said shit about.
You got a lot of Ahab brothers now, man.
Man, fuck that, man. Hell no. I didn't want to take care of my sister down, baby.
Because he probably was already castrated, spiritually neutered, but when he hit puberty. Because that's what they do. They'll spiritually neuter a lot of them boys when their father's not around, so that way they'll be under that control.
No. Let's see the mistress.
So you have to have that trusted.
Yeah,
trusted phone.
Get that trusted.
Yeah, I ain't read Lamentations in a long time.
Yeah.
But I know it's in Lamentations. It's like 1 or 2. Go
What you looking for?
Go to Lamentations 2.
That one where it talks about the ostrich. Is it 2 in Zion? Four. 2 and 4? 4 and 3. 4 and 3. Oh.
Yeah, you start off at the top.
This is Lamentations 4. How is the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street.
Yeah, that's talking about really. That's talking about the Israelite man. Because if you go into like, it tells you in the scriptures that the men were going to be made as fine gold, and then also the elect men are also considered a spiritual building.
Yeah, that's right.
So how did they become so low?
Right. The precious sons of Zion.
Well, it breaks it down.
Yeah,
that's actually probably a covenant.
Yep. Oh no, that's on the next script, next verse.
Okay, but on here was there any comment up here?
No.
Okay, it should be on the first one.
No, it's just an exclamation point.
Yeah, the exclamation point, like a comma, like a colon or something.
Yeah, right here. The gold change, exclamation point.
That's it. Okay. Yeah, keep going.
The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold. There you go, right there.
That's what it is.
Yep. How are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter? Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel, like the ostrich in the wilderness.
Yeah. So basically, you're talking about you're not nurturing.
They're not nurturing anymore.
I mean, and we were talking about that earlier, because a lot of the damage has been done to our nation. If you want to really know like how the state of a nation is, look at their women. You look at an Arab woman coming down, you can say you can go on anything about the man.
Yeah.
Just off of the woman.
Yeah.
Off of the woman of a nation, it will tell you everything about the man of that nation.
Yeah. And you see our people, man, we downtrodden to the extreme, man.
Yeah.
And our people are in need of assistance, bro.
That's right.
And it's sad to see our people out here like that, man.
Yeah. That condition is like, you know, something that cannot be done through money. You know, like you got these guys that we were talking about earlier. Like we were talking about earlier, that God isn't even talking about. Like, see, when we talk about the things that happen, you go into scriptures, it tells in the gospel, blessed are the peacemakers.
Right.
Part of peacemaking is repairing families.
Right.
Those situations that happen where people split up, they get to the truth. Now you got someone that, hey, look, this is your man, this is the father of your kids. It's better for you as a woman, if a woman comes in, to try and repair something with your man.
That's right.
That you had back there before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus you just going and getting a new man.
Just like the beginning of the scripture, you know, like the scripture says that Israel, the men of Israel were prepared to find gold. But there's a statement right here, how is that most fine gold changed? And see, and that's what has to happen right now. Because our people are not gold right now. They like these earthen pictures.
Yeah, how do they change from gold to earthen vessels?
Yeah, and how, and then how do they change from those earthen vessels back to that gold, man?
That's right.
That's coming back to this right here. This is the source. This is the source of your power and your strength right here, man. Yeah, everything pretty much.
Who was the gold? The precious sons of Zion.
The precious sons of Zion.
Because we do gotta establish, you know, there is no, in terms of the gospel according to Galatians 3, there is equality in having access and faith in Yahushua from men. But in the scheme of things in the gospel and in the nation, there's a hierarchy.
Right.
There's Yahushua, men, and the woman. And that has to be reestablished amongst those that are of faith and belief. Not everybody's going to adhere to that.
Right.
But those that are in the faith, they have to believe in that because that's how the Most High set it up. He's not setting up Superwoman.
Right,
He's setting up Superman.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you got Wonder Woman coming out soon.
Right.
So that's going to push up that vibration even more.
Yep.
So, you know, that's the type of stuff that's going on. A guy like this guy that came by,
right?
Who knows how he was raised and grew up? He needs to have a change, a change with hearing this gospel, which he was refusing. Because one, he was raised up in the church and was given a false gospel.
Right.
That's why he can't respect it no more.
Yeah.
He don't believe that there's anything new that we can say out of the scripture that he ain't heard before.
That's right.
Oh man.
That's why he ain't had belief that these scriptures, these words can change people.
Right. He don't believe in eternal life.
You don't believe in eternal life.
Nah.
That's right.
But he'll tell you he believes in the Bible, but he don't believe in eternal life.
And then he coming out here debating men who are carrying Bibles in their hands, and he don't have one Bible in his hand trying to tell us what's
all you need to do is believe in the book of Esther.
Believe in the book of Esther.
And he don't even know it.
Yeah, he don't even. He talking about Esther was married to Haman.
Come on, man.
Mordecai was trying to kill the Jews.
Mordecai trying to kill the Jews.
I'm like, okay, bro.
Our people are gone, bro. Our people are gone, man.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's.
And we the enemy to our people.
Yeah.
No, we do agree that there's within our enemies. But the brother didn't want to hear about what we're talking about with the false sense of reality and hope in this society. They pushing you Jay-Z. And Jay-Z is a talented guy. We're not taking nothing from him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's a talented guy. He's a business-wise. He's made some good business decisions. He's also a very talented artist. That's Jake. There's other guys, there's millions of other guys walking around Babylon that have the talent of Jay-Z. They just didn't get the opportunity.
Right.
And Jake knows this. Because that's what Jake gets upset in Babylon because their talent wasn't shown and revealed on the stage in front of the world. Not understanding is that it's not meant for me that way. Esau sets up certain people to use and to influence the rest of the masses.
Right.
And that leads to sometimes their poverty.
That's it.
Go ahead, I'll be something.
No. Yeah, it's a shame. That's a shame, man. You know this is what brothers have to fight with all the time, man. And it's true.
Yeah.
You know, we're not just fighting against Esau in this thing, man. We're fighting against our own people.
Yeah.
And with our people more so than Esau.
That's why a lot of people don't understand. You know, we don't focus. I know last week we went to a little bit segment of Esau. We get on Esau in due time, but Esau's judgment is already set.
Yeah.
Right. So for us, it makes sense to push more effort into trying to help our people with these words.
That's right. And then what you start to see is things like that start to manifest.
Yeah, yeah. And it always happens when Jake comes by, either we're already talking about what ain't, like the guy that came, the pro-black Israelite.
Right.
We were just talking about it before he rolled up.
And they jump right up
And then they jumped right in, like we was just talking about that.
This dude This dude came in the middle of the book.
Yeah.
He didn't get the beginning part, so he just comes in at what part. That dude ain't gonna have no understanding. So that shows
And he had no patience.
Yeah, no
patience. He wasn't a man. He was emotional. He might have and this thing, a lot of people understand how is it to be a man. You don't get all emotional like that guy did. Ask a question, we'll respond.
That's right.
Like
he was Jay-Z's brother.
Yeah.
Like we was offending talking about Jay-Z, and he.
Well, that's the reason why Jake. That's why Jake defends Jay-Z, and that's why Jake defends a lot of these celebrity Jakes.
Right.
Because they look up to them, they idolize him. So when you say, hey, listen, his money is not his own money, he's getting it through contracts with other people that are paying that to him.
Right.
Who's the guy that wrote the $200 million Live Nation check?
Yeah, right.
That guy's worth more money, has more power and control than he does.
That's right.
That's a mechanism of control when you always got to go to your oppressor and he's exploiting your talent. Because if he's giving you $200 million, he's making probably $700 million off.
Exactly.
See, that guy wasn't even
showing you he's not independent.
Right.
This guy said he's independent. Now, if Jay-Z was independent, why does he even sign with Live Nation?
Yeah.
You should be able to just say, hey, call Toyota Center, call Texas Cowboy Stadium, call the
let's make it happen right now.
Madison Square Garden, the Rose Bowl, and we're gonna do concerts. What's up?
Right.
Yeah.
You can't do that in the music industry.
Okay.
I'm gonna
go through middlemen.
I'm gonna go make this $400 million myself instead of him giving me the $200 million. I'm gonna go make the $400 million.
But Jake don't understand.
You can't do that.
Jake don't know you can't do that. You gotta go through Esau. You can't just say you want to do something at Toyota Center. Jay-Z can't just call Toyota Center and say, hey, I want to do a show in Houston. No, you got to go through Esau. Call Esau, who will set that up through Live Nation, and I'll let you make your money. And guess what? You get a certain cut of the money you make in the concert. You ain't seeing 100% of the profits.
You gonna get that cut.
We gonna get that cut, yeah. You got an Amalekite that can't sing or dance, can't even sing a nursery rhyme, but he making money off your own money, off your own talent. But you winning though. You think when Solomon was making songs, he was going to Esau?
Solomon wasn't worried about that.
Jake is something.
See, he had the ability to receive his sight and his hearing right now, man.
Yeah.
And that dude just refused it, man. He refused it. Then Yahweh in that chart, Yahweh Shai in that chart said, set the captives free and let the blind receive their sight.
Yeah.
This dude, he walked out in the darkness more than he did when he came up, man.
That's true.
So he just put himself into the pit when he did that, man. I remember one of the statements they used to make down there, man, when they would always say, there's one or two things you do when you come up and speak to men on the corner.
Yeah.
Either to come to get your judgment or come to get your salvation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of true.
It's kind of true in that sense, man.
It is true because at that point it's already known that you heard the gospel.
Yeah, because you know
one way or another.
Right.
Whether you decided to, like he says, what's it called? Get up Ezekiel 3.
Yeah, man, shoot.
This got the one that they hear from there.
Cause I'm just like, man, our people, boy.
That brother, man.
Hey, bro.
I'm amazed at our people, bro.
He know the Bible, but couldn't bring out one scripture.
See, Jake is going through stuff. That stuff is just an outcome of what he's dealing with in Babylon.
Yeah,
because his woman, you never know.
Yeah.
He might be dealing with a problem with his woman. He might be dealing with problems on the job, money he's trying to make.
Or it may be with his parents, and then he know that Mother's Day coming up. You know
exactly. True.
And frustration starts to set in.
Yeah, frustration starts setting in.
This is Ezekiel 3:11. And go, get thee to them of the captivity, unto the children of thy people, and speak unto them, and tell them, thus said Yahweh the power, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. Then the Spirit took me up, and I heard behind me a voice of a great rushing, saying, Blessed be the glory of Yahweh from this place.
Yeah. And whether they hear or whether they forbear.
Yep.
Because see, a lot of people think that we're trying to force things on. We can't force a doctrine on you that's not already going to be implanted within you. You know, if the Most High already would set you up to receive the gospel, you're going to receive it regardless.
Yeah.
So we don't got to go out of our way to try and push it on you. It's like a guy I was talking to on the internet, on YouTube, about he was going into the whole Monzer thing, you know, these pro-black Israelites. And this guy, you know, one, for us, we try and deal with the faith aspect. We know sometimes we got to deal with the carnal stuff to help people understand the faith aspect. So, but this guy, I was telling him, listen, he had an illustration, a so-called black person, so-called black man, so-called white woman, with a kid. He said, that's wrong, that's a mountain. A so-called white woman, a white man with a black woman, that's a kid, that's a mountain. Then he put a so-called black woman and a so-called black man with a kid, that's an Israelite. Basically saying that any kind of whatever is a mountain. Now, I said, listen, first of all, when you go into the law, when you go into how the nation was created, it was created through the seed line of man. Go through the patriarchs, all the patriarchs had children with women that were of other nations.
And he could go from the beginning looking at Moses.
Yeah.
When he got with what's her name? The Ethiopian woman.
That's right. And see, you know why the Most High put that in there? Because Jake has a problem today with the same type of thing. See, when you go into that whole thing with Moses and his woman that he had, that was so-called Ethiopian, when you got certain brothers that get into the truth, first of all, one, you don't even know what nation anybody's from.
Right, that's right.
Because, like we said, we're going to do, in due season, some lessons to kind of go into dispelling that whole notion of the pro-black Israelite thing. So if a woman is with a man, you don't know if her line goes back to Israel.
Right.
If she's pleased to dwell with him and she's not causing problems, we're not going to tell that man, hey, throw away your woman.
Right, you can't.
Most High didn't tell Moses to throw away his woman.
That's right.
Now, if he did that, that would have been an example to say, okay, get rid of him.
Right.
Yeah, cause see,
But even then, you're also basing it on your own carnal understanding of what you think we are. We don't have no damn genealogy or nothing.
Yeah.
We don't got to Urim and the Thummim to sit there and say, that's Israel, that's no Israel.
Cause see, even when you go into when the Israelites were in captivity, there was in the law where it stated that a foreigner or a stranger can partake of the Passover, but then there's another aspect that says that a stranger cannot partake. Now those are two different types of strangers right there. Because now, when you look at certain strangers, not everybody was coming out of Egypt. There were still Israelites that were scattered in different areas besides just Egypt, man. So that's why that thing was in there. Because you had certain people that may not have went, all of them could have been dispersed. Like you could have had an Israelite guy with an Egyptian woman and they went into another land or something. Yeah. And then that dude come back and he knows he's an Israelite.
A lot of them laws are put in place because of what was going to happen to Israel.
Right.
Because that's the reason why it tells you in the scriptures about like you shall not oppress the stranger in your land that's among you.
Right.
That's a lot of time when you go into the law, it's talking about one that lives amongst you people because they don't have inheritance in that land.
Right.
When you go into the land allotments that were given to the different tribes, when you go into another tribe's land, you're actually considered a stranger according to the fact that you're not from that land.
That's right. That's right.
So that's one of the things.
Get on the cards out.
Right, man. That's right.
Yeah. So when you go into like what the brother was talking about, you got to read things in context and understanding. You got to go into the words and have understanding of what's going on. And then in this day and age, we cannot do outward, we cannot do physical appearance tests.
Right.
Hey, bro, that's the spirit. You know, we were just talking about the woman, as far as, you know, teaching her kids.
Yeah.
She just say she been trying to teach her daughter the truth.
Look at that, bro. That's beautiful, bro.
And she's a so-called what?
So-called black woman.
She look like Judah.
Judah?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's beautiful right there, bro.
Right.
See, a lot of times, man, that's a beautiful thing right there.
Yeah, man, that's humbling because a lot of people already look at us negatively.
Right,
Yeah.
Brothers that come out on the block, and a lot of us are looked at as like, you know, hating our people, hating our women, and because of the fact that you have certain groups,
Right,
you know what I'm saying, alphabet soup groups,
Right,
that have basically put a bad name upon
put a stain on Israel, man.
So it's you know, a woman to want to do that. Is that her child in the back? How old is the kid?
That's her daughter in the back seat.
So how old is her daughter?
Yeah.
Because I was looking at her when she was looking at the sign over there, and
She say she been trying to teach her about that.
How old's her daughter? Like
she look like she about 15, 16.
Yeah, so that's a good age for someone to know.
Yeah.
Especially early on, before they get too much stuff in their head and they get to go to college.
So the hitters on the email, she got any questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful right there, bro.
Yeah, because our people, you know, they need this, man. They need every bit of this word. You know, and then back to like what the guy was saying, you know, just to kind of go into that, we're trying to do this based on faith. Everything is about faith. Go into the go to like some faith scriptures. You go to Hebrews 11.
Yeah, Hebrews 11 is it.
Yeah, go to Hebrews 11.
Yeah, that's the main one.
Because there's nowhere in the scriptures in the gospel where Yahushua gives the disciples a paper bag and says, hey Peter, when you see someone come up, do this paper bag test.
That's right. That's right.
And see, the crazy thing about that guy that had that problem with the whole because see what it is that when you believe in that monster doctrine, you actually don't believe in the hierarchy of the Israelite man.
Right.
You don't believe in the Israelite man being established as a true patriarch.
Right.
Because the patriarchy is based on the fact that the man is establishing his seat upon the earth. So if you don't believe that a man has established his seat on the earth, going back to our original patriarchs, you don't believe that there's anything that's an Israelite man.
Right.
We think that makes everything equal. Because what you've done is said that this is the only acceptable Israelite. Is this? And I asked him about Rehoboam. He couldn't answer. He couldn't answer. What about the sons of Moses who's mentioned in the lineage? When you go into this lineage.
Yeah.
Gershom.
And what does Gershom mean to me?
And then you had a certain letter of Levites that were called the Gershomites, right?
Yeah.
The sons that were through that line.
And
they had a role in the temple. But they're monsters though. They don't make sense.
They don't make sense. This is Hebrews 11 and 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
That's it. That's your faith is in the gospel. The gospel, there is no, we don't got an actual movie that we can play about what's going to happen and what you're going to get.
Right.
They have to base it on just complete faith. They haven't seen Yahushua, they haven't seen the kingdom of heaven, they haven't seen us get delivered. And that's what bugs shake out, is because they look at it and say,
I gotta touch it. I gotta be able to see it.
Yeah.
I gotta feel it.
They lack faith.
They got that Thomas piece on them, man.
Yeah.
Thomas, he say, "Lest I see his hands, then shall I believe."
Yeah.
And the scriptures say, "Blessed is he that seeth not."
That's right.
You know, that believe it.
That's in John. That's in the end of John.
Well, let me drop this on it.
Yeah, keep dropping that.
Yeah, this is I'm gonna drop down to verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please the Most High, man.
Yeah,
so you cannot please Him without it. So for all the brothers who are just strictly law, you can't do it. You can't do it with just law. You got to have that faith, man. The faith is a prerequisite inside of this piece. Now the law is an aspect, but the faith has to be there, man.
That's right.
Without that faith, you ain't going nowhere, man. You have to have that faith, man.
That's right.
And that faith and belief goes into believing in Yahushua as being the Son of the Most High. You know, there's many aspects of belief inside of our faith. You got to believe certain things. You got to believe in the operations of the Most High. Those things that brothers deem as being non-essential, that are essential according to the scriptures, man.
That's right.
That's right. Just like we were talking about earlier, you know, you got to believe in the prophecy.
You got to believe in the
also.
prophecy. Yeah.
Which is part of your faith. Yeah.
And that's something that,
although we know it important,
exactly.
you still have to believe in it.
That's right.
Yeah, and you got to believe those words it's talking about.
That's right.
Which is another element of faith. Because Jake knows about the so-called slave trade, but now you got Jake saying the slave trade didn't happen.
Woo!
Come on, man.
Hey, now that
the guy Doug Calloway, whatever. He talking about, well, look, we was already here. We was just all Native Americans.
Man, that's horrible, bro.
Like,
they bringing out so many.
And I seen a lot of that energy pushed out that we're really Native Americans. We're really the Native Americans.
That's why a lot of Jakes believe that too. They're like, oh yeah, I'm Indian. I'm Indian. Man, you ain't Indian now.
Then y'all get on. Then some of them, they'll get on them saying, no, they're not. Look at them old pictures of Geronimo and his men. That's dark than us. Them dudes was dark, and they had that long. They had that long hair.
Then just like we went into the piece last time, man. You know, you see how Esau just manipulate that thing and bringing these light-skinned.
Well, he took over. Esau took over the $5 Indian, the Dawes Rolls.
The Dawes Rolls, yeah.
Because that's what Esau does. Esau co-ops every culture he takes over.
Yeah.
Go back to Ptolemy.
Yep.
Because I'm doing a lesson called The Master of Disguise one of these days, bro, on how Esau hijacks other people's cultures.
Yeah, yeah.
He became the Etruscans. When he came into Greece, he became the Javan.
Yeah, yeah.
He became the Egyptians under Ptolemy.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
That's why even Edomites will even say, oh, well, look, go to Cleopatra. She was white. Blah 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 blah. But you're going to completely dispel the fact that even in y'all's own history, y'all admit that y'all co-opted the Egyptian culture.
And then
under the Ptolemaic dynasty.
And then when you go to Egypt, man, you'll go over there and you'll see those Jakes. And Esau has it in Egypt just like he has it here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Man. He puts all of his people in the upper area.
Yeah, all the elites.
And push all the what they term the non-desirables, which would be the dark nations, to the south. So you go to the South Egypt, man, you see all of those true Egyptians. Big old tall dudes, man. These dudes are huge.
Yeah.
Walking around in their little garbs and everything, and they'll come in and they actually speak to you, man, and tell you, it's like, yeah, these so-called Arabs, these are not with this, they came in and took over. They'll tell you the history. Yeah. They know the history.
Yeah. Those are the real Egyptians down there in Sudan. Some of them scattered over there. Some of them are in Uganda. Because there's a Blue Nile that goes all the way down. How in the world are they going to just disappear off the planet? Now, we're not pro-Egyptologists.
Right, right.
You know, sometimes you don't want to get into it because Jake, they get messed up and want to grab onto that.
Right, right,
sometimes we don't even want to go into that whole thing before, for truth's sake, we just going to go into it.
Yeah.
But those Egyptians are still around.
Yeah.
They just were pushed down further on the Nile towards the Blue Nile. Because you have the White Nile, you got the Blue Nile that goes through, I think, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, that area. So you got them scattered in the southern part of Egypt, pushed down, and towards like Sudan.
Right, right.
And them guys is tall.
Those are big old dudes, man.
And you can imagine if they were in their prime when they could eat. You can imagine how tall they'd be. Because they barely even eating and they already tall. Because I remember I had a dude from Egypt. He was an Egyptian. A real Egyptian. He was from South Egypt.
Yeah.
Dark, real dark skin, like KG dark. And that dude came in, he was like 6'7", that's when I was working at what's it called. And I was like, he came with his school stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
From Egypt. And I was like, I talked to him, where are you from? He's like, I'm from Egypt. And I looked at him, I was just like, yeah, you from Egypt, bro. You know what I'm saying? That boy was tall, bro.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? I was like,
huge, bro.
I was like, this is a real Egyptian right here, bro.
I done seen them cats, man. Them some big cats, man. Them dudes ain't no small cats.
Ain't no small dudes,
and they believe,
bro.
hey, man, they stay true to that tradition.